Hey everyone, I am going to do a hypnotherapy session on improved memory. Someone, a subscriber, wrote and said they were having trouble remembering things. I guess they were studying for a class or something. So with this hypnotherapy session, after maybe even just one listening, you'll be able to remember everything you learned right at will. First off, make sure your phones are off the hook and all radios and noisemakers are shut off. But you've heard that speech so many times, and that's probably already happened. But yes, and I'm going to be talking about um, the father of hypnotherapy, Milton Erickson. You're going to be hearing his name, and he's the one that got hypnosis um, approved by the American Medical Association in 1958. So his stuff is very good. Google Milton Erickson, and that is with a CKSON. Very bright guy. So if you need help with your memory, keep listening. Okay, and just close your eyes. Excellent. This is a nice confusional type induction. That's good for those who are very analytical, but let's begin, shall we? But you can remember that sometimes you see things and sometimes you miss them, don't you? And you could think of a time when you were looking for something in plain sight and looked and looked and looked. And when you came back later, there it was all along. And isn't it interesting to note that the subconscious mind can choose just what to notice and what not to notice? There is a story of the great godfather of hypnotherapy, Milton Erickson, who once went into a factory and noticed that all the workers there could talk to each other and understand each other, but he couldn't hear any word they were saying because of the loud background noise of the factory. He realized the subconscious mind can choose to not notice certain things. And then there is another story of Niagara Falls, which was right next to the famous waterfalls. One morning, the residents of a small town all ran to each other and asked, what was the loud noise? It took an outsider, Milton Erickson, to remind them what silence sounded like. They had acquitted the ability or they had acquired the ability to totally tune out the noise of the falls, and when the river was diverted to the falls, could be reinforced because they were collapsing, hadn't made the transition to hear the background noise. Now, it is interesting that those people could go other places and find the lack of background noise quite natural, but in their lives, the subconscious mind had learned to simply tune out the noise of the falls. That's a lot of tuning out. And isn't it interesting to speculate just how your subconscious mind can manage to undergo the experience of not noticing to notice things? Take, for example, the color blue. It can be true blue, but it can be an emotional state. And I don't know just how exactly your subconscious mind can make the switch from thinking of blue as only a feeling. That's right. There are many colors, and for the next while, your subconscious mind can forget that feeling color and forget to even remember the name of the color. And you don't need to notice, and you can notice many things. You can notice the color of the grass or the color of the tea you had then for morning breakfast. But isn't it easy to forget to remember that you don't even notice that particular color? You might even be surprised that others notice some things that you don't, but that is only natural. You are trained to notice some things that others so in this very easy. Let others notice some colorful things that you simply notice, and you can notice so easily, becoming so confused. For some of the things here, and some of the other things over there, and some of the things over there, things are off color, but we don't need to make jokes just yet. So letting off color be off the other end of the spectrum of consciousness, you could think of innuendo and even make jokes of a different kind. But some things are easier just to take notice, like a speck of mascara on an old lady's face that only belongs to her eyes, or the bad jokes that are so easy to forget that you might as well have not heard them in the first place. That's right. And now we're going to get into your memory recall. And this will go into the deepest, deepest recesses of your mind. You have a protective shield that neutralized the quote, I can't. You have a total recall at will. Reach in now and remove any block to your memory. Anytime you feel that block coming back, take a deep breath, and that block melts and melts and melts away. Remembering is now a priority to you. It is no longer a battle to remember. It is easy and natural for you to remember. It doesn't have to be difficult to be worthwhile. What you need to remember is easy to remember. As you receive new information, you have total recall of this information at will. All information that you have ever heard, seen, felt is totally available now, literally, to you. All information is recorded into your subconscious, as your subconscious is like a hard drive. And it's recorded into your subconscious mind, and you have the ability to retrieve that information at will. It is and has always been and will always be there, ready for your total, complete access. And I hope and I know after listening to this, and I want you to keep listening to this over and over and over again, and your memory will improve. You will remember anything at will, anything at will. That is implanted into the deepest recesses of your subconscious. I am going to count from 1 to 5. When I reach 5, your eyes will open, feeling 3 times more relaxed, 3 times more of energy and happiness, and 3 times more of positivity and mental alertness. 1, 2, 3, stretching out big, taking in a big deep breath. 4, feeling that energy and positivity going throughout your body. That's right. And 5, eyes open, wide awake. I hope you enjoyed getting your memory back, or a better memory. Thank you. God bless.